Welcome to Cord Cutting Today, where we break down some of the biggest stories happening in the world of cord cutting. Today we're covering T-Mobile is going to be moving some customers from older plans to more expensive newer ones. YouTube TV agrees to stop advertising that they save you $600 a year. And Sinclair is launching a new over-the-air television channel. These are just a few of the big stories happening. We're going to be diving into all of them and a whole lot more here in a second. If you want to learn more about these stories, check out the show notes, and in the first pinned comment, I'll put a link to each story there so you can read them for yourself and come up with your own opinions. I'd love to hear from you. If you're new here, do me a big favor. Hit that subscribe button, hit that thumbs up, let YouTube know you enjoy what we do here so YouTube recommends our videos to more people, helping us grow, helping us support our families, and hopefully helping you break free from the high cost of TV and still watch what you enjoy. So with that said, let's dive into it, starting off with T-Mobile will reportedly start moving customers from older grandfather plans into newer, more expensive plans. This came from a post on Reddit initially that an employee there from the call centers posted a screenshot of the training materials on this. It was later confirmed by the Mobile Report that next week, T-Mobile will start to notify customers that are affected by this, that they'll be moving customers over. Now, if you're part of a big business plan or a huge family that's got like 12 lines or more, this could cost you as much as $100 more a month. Now, the catch here is you can opt out of this, but you need to contact T-Mobile and request to be opted out. This is not an opt-in, this is an opt-out situation. With this, they hope to move customers in November over, and according to the training material for the employees out there, they will be offering a one-time $10 credit per line if you want to try to do that, or you can request to stay on your old legacy plan with that. So check that out. Link in the show notes down below if you want to read more about this. But are you a T-Mobile customer on a grandfather plan? If you are, you're definitely going to want to go check out this post with all the details on how you can stay in that grandfather plan, stay out there and save money. All right. YouTube TV has agreed in our next story to stop using its tagline if it saves you $600 versus cable. Now, this comes as Spectrum has filed a complaint. They argued that YouTube TV included the cost of streaming or of cable boxes, and they now have a way for you to stream it through like Roku's without the need for that. So YouTube TV says they will stop using the saves you $600 or more, or I don't think they said or more, the $600 savings versus cable TV with that. It's interesting. I've heard from a lot of you that, hey, well, I saved more than $600, and that's very easy. We took a look recently at the reported average of what people pay for live TV services, including both streaming, satellite, and cable, and we found that over a course of a year, at least $400, almost $500 a year is saved with YouTube TV. They could just alter it slightly to change that, but they'll probably just come up with a totally different tagline. This came as Charter, the parent company of Spectrum, filed a complaint with the National Advertising Division, and they ruled in favor of Charter. YouTube TV initially said they were going to object to this, but now has just said, hey, we're just going to change our slogan rather than fighting this. Let me know, how much are you saving per year? I know when we canceled, we saved almost $1,000 a year versus our old DirecTV, which is the last TV company I paid for before becoming a cord cutter. All right, let's keep moving along. Good news, there's a new over-the-air television network replacing Stadium, the sports network. Sinclair announced that at the end of this month, they'll be launching The Nest. This will be a new reality television network that will include quite a wide range of shows. Dance Moms, Flip This House, Dog the Bounty Hunter, Ice Road Chuckers, Flipping Boston, American Justice, Ozzy and Jack's World Tour. These are just a few of the shows on this network. It's quite a collection of shows. And somebody actually left a comment on the story that I kind of agree with and said, I don't know how well this network's going to do. Okay, maybe I like Flip This House, but then immediately dive into Dance Moms and then into Dog the Bounty Hunter and then back to Ice Road Truckers. That may take some people out. Though I could easily see them doing blocks here. You could do a whole block Ice Road Truckers, people using DVRs as to record this and enjoy free over there Ice Road Truckers or Flip This House and more. But I don't know. We'll see how this plays out. Let me know what you think of this collection of shows. Sinclair says this will launch on October 30th and will replace the Stadium network. Stadium was Sinclair's old over-the-air TV network that they owned that offered free coverage of sports. Earlier this year, they sold that. Remember, at one point we thought Sinclair was going to be the next big thing in sports. They bought Fox Regional Sports Networks. They launched a national free to stream, free over-the-air television sports network called Stadium that was getting some college sports and more on it. But now that's all changed, and they're sold Stadium. They're trying to divest themselves completely of Bally Sports and more. So to help with that, to replace those Stadium channels is now going to be the Nest reality television network. All right, a lot of news to cover here. I'm going to go slightly rapid fire through a few stories here. The FCC has proposed a rule that will require cable TV companies to give you rebates, give you money back for blackouts. Now, I talked about this earlier this year, and we've already seen it happen, that blackouts will become more and more common as locals and network stations want more and more money from cable providers. Now the FCC is saying, hey, if you have a blackout, you need to refund customers for the channels they're not getting, but they're still paying for. So check that out. I know like DirecTV did a one-time $10 credit. Spectrum did something similar. I think it was only one time. Somebody correct me if I'm wrong. But FCC wants to make that mandatory, and we'll see how it all works out. Right now it's a proposed rule. They're going to have to work its way through there. Speaking of DirecTV, in our next story up, DirecTV is not paying Bally Sports for some of their channels. DirecTV is arguing that, hey, you are not offering the sports that we were offered when we signed this contract. For example, Bally Sports Arizona has no live professional sports anymore. They've lost the NHL, NBA team, etc., and MLB team. Because of that, they're saying, hey, we're not willing to pay that much. There are other areas which have lost Bally Sports specific teams, but maybe not all the teams. Basically, DirecTV is saying, hey, we should get a deduction here because we're paying for stuff we're no longer getting from you. Part of me understands that, hey, as a DirecTV customer, I would like to save money if I was a DirecTV customer, saying, hey, I'm paying for Bally Sports Arizona, but the games are no longer there. They're now on free over-there television, or they're over here, or over there. So I understand it. Bally Sports has asked the bankruptcy judge to force DirecTV to pay them their contract, the full amount, even though they're no longer offering it. Even though Bally Sports says to the judge, they're asking for permission basically to shut down Bally Sports Arizona. If they completely shut it down, they definitely shouldn't be expecting DirecTV to pay for it. But we'll see how this all works out. It's a bundled deal DirecTV signed. I don't know what's in the contract. You would think there would be some type of clause that says, hey, if you stop offering this channel, we stop paying you. But what about if that channel stops offering the content that was on it? We'll see what happens. Let me know, who do you think is right here? Should DirecTV be forced to pay Bally Sports, even though they don't have those sporting events on that channel anymore? Or should DirecTV be able to not pay them for that? Leave me a comment, let me know. All right, speaking of FCC, the FTC, Federal Trade Commission, has proposed new rules that would make hidden fees that are widely popular with cable TV companies basically illegal. According to these rules, quote, hidden fees and bogus fees will no longer be allowed. These fees that you see with cable TV companies, you also see them with hotels and other industries that do it too, say, hey, $69.99 for cable TV, right? But then they don't mention regional sports fees, broadcast television fees, DVR fees, HD technology fees. That's one of my favorite. And the list goes on. Regulatory recovery fees to cover the cost of regulatories fee or businesses or local governments or whatever that is. There's so many of these hidden fees out there. We also see it with hotels, resort fees, and more included. Basically what the FTC says is you cannot have an advertised price and then knowingly not include the cost of the fees that are mandatory. You cannot go to Comcast and get many of these TV bundles without having mandatory fees. Local broadcasts, right? They're advertising local channels included in it. Well, local broadcast fees on Comcast and RSN's fees for your regional sports networks are over $40 a month just for that. So that great price you see for cable TV is going to go up $40 just for the locals and your regional sports network in most areas that offer a regional sports network on Comcast. That's a lot of money, and that's not included. FTC is basically saying that's not how this should work, and they want them to change the rules on that. So we're going to keep a very close eye on this. I actually love this rule. I think it should go in effect, but we'll see. I'm sure there's going to be a lot of people who try to fight this. All right, if you're an anime fan, good news. Crunchyroll has launched a new free 24/7 channel on Amazon Freevee, the Roku channel, Vizio. I think there may be even one more, but this channel will offer a collection of popular anime shows from Crunchyroll for free, streaming on the Roku channel, Freevee, and more. Check it out if you love anime. And of course, Crunchyroll is also recognized as one of the leaders in there with that. You also may be surprised, there's actually quite a few anime channels like this on free services, Pluto TV, the Roku channel, Pluto, Plex, and more. Check them out if you like anime. All right, a lot of talk over the last year about how streaming is not profitable. Disney is once again, according to a report from the Wall Street Journal, said that they intend to be profitable for streaming for ESPN Plus, Disney Plus, and more by September 2024. We'll see how that all plays out. Now, today is the day that they're raising the price on Hulu, including Hulu with Live TV, Disney Plus, and ESPN Plus. All the bundles are going up. Everything's going up. This is part of an initial plan, but only part of it to become profitable. Shelby did a great job breaking it all down, everything they're doing to become more profitable with it. But it's interesting to remember, most streaming services are not profitable, including big ones. Peacock's losing a lot of money. Paramount Plus, Max, I'm assuming still losing money. It'll be very interesting to see what their next quarter is. But also Disney Plus is losing money with this. So we'll keep a close eye on it. But increasingly, a lot of companies are losing money. And lastly, speaking of Comcast, Comcast is moving Root Sports, the artisan for the Blazer, Miners, and NHL Kraken, to a more expensive package. If you now want Root Sports, the way you're going to have to do it is you're going to have to pay for Comcast Ultimate Package, which is about a $20 jump in price per month compared to what they were, the base package that was available in the past. So cable TV companies doing cable TV company-like things, but unfortunately, you're either going to pay that or you're going to switch to something like DirecTV Stream or Fubo. They both offer it. Maybe time for people to live over there to take a look at what their options are for it. All right, let's dive into our Q&A real quick. Again, if you want to get a question in that I answer at the end of all these videos, leave me a comment on this video and just put in the front of it, hey, question for Luke or question, just so as I'm reading through the comments, I see this is a question you want me to answer here. And then leave me a comment there that's with what you want. Now, Gary Mann posted, said, hey Luke, what percentage of internet costs can we add to streaming costs to get a more accurate side-by-side comparison with cable TV? Now, I'll get this question. I'm going to take this question in a few different ways. Number one, how much more is internet if you don't have TV? On average, we find that cable companies deduct about $10 a month off the internet bill if you bundle in cable TV. Now, again, if you want to pay for a very expensive cable TV package, hey, we'll save you $10 on internet. Not always, it's still often for many people a savings to go through other ways. But there's increasingly growing cheaper options. For one, you may want to check out if you have fiber where you live. T-Mobile 5G home internet, Verizon 5G home internet, and more. AT&T is offering 5G home internet now. You have Starlink and so many other options. Most 5G internet plans are about $50 a month. T-Mobile and Verizon will give you cheaper plans if you also get your cell phone service from them. Verizon will go down to $35 a month. Somebody correct me, is it $40, $45 or something? There's a little cheaper you can get from home internet there. But also shop around. I know a lot of people say, I only have one option. Maybe you could, but increasingly most Americans now have more options for home internet, whether that be fiber, cable, satellite from SpaceX, Amazon coming here in maybe a year and a half. You also have local independent companies. Starry, I have a local fiber company that's putting fiber down all over where I live right now too to start offering it here. Shop around. Maybe go into like the Nextdoor app, Facebook, whatever neighborhood groups you have and say, hey, I have Comcast, Spectrum, whoever it may be. What are other internet options where I live? You may be surprised what people tell you. And again, if all you want to do is stream TV, often 5G, I tested out the T-Mobile 5G internet here, had no problems watching my TV through that on YouTube TV and other services. So keep that in mind. Do your research. Don't jump into it. T-Mobile also offers a free trial for you to test it out. If you don't like it, you can just cancel your service and they won't charge you anything. You just return the modem to them. But shop around for internet. I would say right now, if you're paying over $100, you're probably overpaying for internet. And you don't need crazy high speed. Here's one of the things that a lot of cable companies, last quick note here, we'll wrap this up. A lot of cable companies try to talk you into paying more for internet than you need. Honestly, 100, 200 down is more than enough if all you're doing is watching a stream or two of Netflix and you're trying to surf the web. If you ever decide you want more, it's easier to go up in service than it is to go down. They'll happily always say, oh, you're at the 200 package, we'll be happy to hand you over to the 300, 400 package for faster internet. Then they are to say, hey, you're at the gig service, you want to go down to the 500, sorry, you're in a contract, or they make it difficult. So just keep that in mind. Well, that's it for today. If you have a question you want me to answer, leave a comment. I'll love to hear from you. Until next time, take care, be safe. I'll talk to you tomorrow.